Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 9:24-ish, August 17th, 2026. We are live, and I am going to show you my options trades for today. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Just getting some invites out to people. And let's take a look at what's going on. Market opened up at 6 p.m. last night in both QQQ in the NASDAQ. And what I do when I look at that, I actually go offshore. This NAS 100 will open up at 6 p.m. even though QQQ and the US markets don't really open up till 4 a.m. and I can watch that futures market on the NASDAQ and see what it's going to do. And then it dropped this morning around 6 a.m. I'm not sure what caused that drop, and now we're kind of pumping back up. But let's just run through. So obviously QQQ closes Friday and then opens back up at 4 a.m. on Monday. So I could see a little bit in between that. But QQQ at 733, SPY at 776. Silver went up and then dropped back down, same thing. So let's take a look at where we're at. American Airlines, AMD, and I just scroll through to look for something that jumps out as might be a trade this morning. Amazon, Alibaba, Salesforce, I'm staying away from right now. FedEx Freight, Goog with an L, Home Depot, I've started watching. Interesting concept on home repair versus people doing their own stuff. It's kind of the same thing with like storage units when the market goes down, home repair, auto repair when the market goes up. Happy Monday, Brent. Good morning. Thank you for your comment on my videos. Thank you very much. Robinhood's down. In Novo Medical Solutions, I set a stop loss and made a little bit of money on that earlier or last year. It's going back up. I'm just watching it. I think I'm not going to jump in right now. Although, honestly, some decent percentage movements if you're into playing small cap stuff. Intel pumping back up this morning. Joby Aviation's another one of those small cap stuff that I just watch but don't really play much. Nvidia just going to keep setting all-time highs. Palantir pulled back. I'm looking for a pullback into that 140 range before I re-enter. I'm holding some shares in my retirement account, but not trading that. SK Hynix, we'll take a look at options on that today. SpaceX also dropped down from where it bumped up. See a little bit of a consolidation here. We'll see what happens. I have open positions on SpaceX. I don't think I'll open more. SoFi recovering, and Tesla. Verizon is still high after the earnings report and kind of stable. And Walmart gained back but is dropping again. That's the options on Walmart are really wide. I don't trade it too much. So that's the market rundown. And let's look at these positions. So we've got the September bond position at 105, still upside down in that. American Airlines sold the put last week on Friday at 14. Amazon sold the covered call at 260. It's at 262 for September. Goog with an L sold that covered call at 370. It's been all over the place. but we'll probably roll that one in a week or so. When this gets to 21 days, we're going to roll that out if it's not close. Everything close, all my weeklies on QQQ are closed. We're only looking at September expirations. I will be opening up probably a 45-day on that, since we should be getting real close to the next 45-day, and maybe a 7-day. Here goes market open. Silver pulled back a little bit, and SpaceX is in the money on those. We will be looking at probably rolling this one out in the next week or so. And SPY, same thing with SPY, only out to September. That's our positions. So let's look at QQQ. And our buying power. So we have 56,000 in options buying power, plenty of buying power today. Net lick is at 106. First things first, let's look at the 44-day here. Run down to the 16 delta, 670. Let's go up to 680. Sell the 680, 40 wide. Real same thing I do a lot. So risking 4,000 to make 293. 7% in 6.5 weeks. That's perfect. We're going to run 2 contracts on that. See if we get filled. So right now we're running 2. We're setting up 2 contracts. For those that are new, if you are new, jump in the chat. Tell me who you are, where you're from. This is me trading my options in the morning here. And what we just did is we sold a vertical or a put credit spread. We're selling it for premium. We sold 2 contracts at 680. We buy the contracts at 640. 40 wide. That's a risk of $4,000. And to pick up that, and then we made, what was it, let me do the math. 238 was it? So sold at 522, bought back at 228, 294, and target on this is going to be half the price. We're going to set that to close at 150. So we're just going to automatically set an order to close it and take the profit at 150. So we're targeting $150 profit on a $4,000 risk, 3.75% profit in 6.5 weeks. That's the target. And max would have been double that, obviously. That's the target, and we would expect it to close before the 6 weeks. That's my first trade. Second trade is going to be the 7-day. So I also keep the 7 days. They keep closing just because the market keeps bouncing. But we're going to run the 7-day a little further out of the money. Maybe. Now, here's the other. Oh, IV ranks a little bit higher. The volatility has been down. So when volatility goes down, the premiums are not as good. So we'll probably just run 1 contract here at the 7, sell the 715. Again, 40 wide's been a good sweet spot. Buy back the 675, $1.22 credit. So on this one, it's still the $4,000 risk overall, but we're collecting the 122, which is why this number is lower, minus the fees. But so 120 now divided by 4,000, 3% profit target for the week, but we're going to target that at halfway. So a 1.5% for the week. See if this fills. And then we're going to look at the call side of this while that we're waiting on that. We're also going to take a Tastytrade. Okay, that closed at 122. So let's set that to buy it back at 60 cents. So we're setting that to buy back at 60 cents. So we're targeting $60 profit in that. Now, we pick up more risk, but we don't reduce any buying power by trading the other side of this. So I'm going to run out to the 10 delta here. And then I'm going to pick 750. I'm going to sell the 750, but I'm only going to go 1,000 wide on this. So we're risking $1,000 on this side to make 64 on the call side. 750, 760. And if you'll notice, it doesn't take any more buying power because they've already withheld the buying power on the put side of this. So all we're doing is turning this into an iron condor where we're selling both a call credit spread and a put credit spread, or a vertical, whatever we want to call it, but we're selling both sides of it. And we're going to pick up an extra $64 in the same time frame. Okay, closed at 70, and we're going to buy that back at 35 cents. Now, the reason I did a tighter spread on that is because in general, I keep getting killed on these, but we are hitting these all-time highs again. I think we're going to hold here. I could be completely wrong. All-time highs, it requires you to be at all-time highs to get all-time highs, right? So there's a good chance we're going to keep going up, but I feel like we're going to bounce around here. And the research says we don't know which way the market's going to go. We only know it's going to move. And so we trade both sides of it and collect premium on both sides. But I did want to reduce my risk, get a little further away from the money. And let's just look at if we're at the 16 delta, or here's a 17 selling for 138. The 17 on this side, real close to the same. So there's not a whole lot of put or call skew. It seems to be about the same. And so that's kind of a market that's indifferent to movement right now. So that is my trade there. And the last one we're going to look at, I think, is Tesla. I don't have a Tesla position on. And let's just look at a 7-day. Tesla's dropping a little bit. Let's take a look at the Tesla chart just to get an idea of what's going on here and why I thought this might be a decent trade. We were down here with Tesla, and Tesla's in an upward trend, but we're doing a pullback. So this is when the volatility might go up, right? This IV rank is real low. I don't know if we'll see if it's worth making this trade. 7 days. Excuse me, I might have the hiccups. So 7 days, 320. I'm going to do something different. Here we go. So 5 weeks. 300, 270. So $3,000 risk, bringing in $225 in premium, 7%. So 300, 270. picked that up at 229. I'm just going to automatically set that to close at 129, excuse me. And that is all my trades for the day. Excuse me. If I have any questions, let me know. I've got the hiccups, so I might have to stop talking. And let me just run through and see if anything needs to be managed. The only thing I see is I don't have my closing order on this is not set anymore. And I think we filled that at 42. I'm going to set that to close. 21. I probably didn't switch it to good till canceled. I think that's it for the day. I don't see any other trades. The only trade I could make would be a S&P trade, but I'll save that for another day. Don't overtrade. So Brent, you say you have so on some of them I have it set as good till canceled on the orders, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the settings on here. There was a way I thought I had it set, and it did a reload, and it got away from me. I need to go back and save that so that that's my default. I've got to figure out how to do it again on this platform. But that's all I got for today, and we will be back tomorrow. Thank you very much for everyone watching, and feel free, like I said, do me a favor, if you like what you see, do click the like, click the subscribe. I'm on here, if I don't have anything going on, I'm on here every morning showing my trades. Good, bad, ugly, wins, losses, it's all of it. So until next time, let's all stay safe and make lots of money.